I'm asking a professional football player who, of course, never ever played a foul in her career, who is actually playing better fouls on the grass, men or women? What is your experience with foul play in women's soccer?
Actually, I must admit, first of all, when you're talking about it, I take it as a competition, and I think we can foul better. We will foul better than men. But I think... Okay. But I'm not sure, can we be so general as to say women and men? And can I be boring and say people will play as they play, whether they're men or women? I don't think it's fair to say. Okay. If we tried, if women wanted to, we would foul far better, of course, I'm sure, but it's not.
So what you're saying is that women would only foul if they wanted to, but certainly they don't want to? Is there any difference between men and women playing foul, if they play foul at all?
The only difference I found with women and with men, and I loved playing with men because they treat you like a lady. And so a woman will just kick me, and she doesn't care, she'll just kick me. But a man, he almost... There you go. Lets you through. And I love that first few minutes when you're playing football with men, because they don't take you seriously at all. Even though you've probably had 15 years more professional training experience than they have, but they're a man, so it's in your genes that you play football or something. And so those first 5 minutes when you play football with a man, and they don't really take you seriously, so you get the ball and they don't really care, and in those few minutes you go whip, 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 and you score, and you just throw back. But then still they can't bring themselves to hit you somehow. So they'll always, I mean, if they accidentally trip me up, oh, sorry lady, sorry, and then they help me up. But a woman would just kick me. I think, my own personal experience, I think I prefer to play with the opposite sex, I think.
In my profession, yeah, where men are very, very hard, and especially if you are a woman, it's exactly the opposite to you. You know, because somehow they say, oh, woman. I mean, doesn't care. Colleagues as a lawyer or judges or, oh, a woman. So they don't expect much. And even if you are south of Europe, oh, they don't take you serious at all. But when you show them that you can, then they are very aggressive to you, because you cannot take some place in their field. Of course not. So in that way, I think that it's very aggressive in my profession. Unfortunately, I mean, this is not what I would like to have, no, but this is what we have. And let's end the point is that unfortunately, because men are so aggressive between themselves, and to women in my profession, women who reach some position, or how you say, direction position, they become to play like men do. So they play as well very aggressive. And what's make that? It's like a non-ending story, you know. So women in my profession who want to reach some positions, they play like men, and they make the whole thing very inaccessible for women.
It's just interesting when you were saying about, so in your environment, men are more aggressive somehow, and women feel that they should then become just as aggressive. And if I go back to football, I'll do the football bit. So I often find that when I play football with men, a lot of the men will say they're really happy that a woman is playing in the team, because if a woman wasn't there, it would be a very aggressive group. And they themselves don't necessarily want to play football like that. But there are no softening factors, maybe. So they wouldn't want me going in and being more male than the other man, because I'm strong enough to continue being myself and to joke about things and to keep it soft. Actually, a lot of the men are very happy to have that, because it allows them to be something a little bit different, because I mean, all men are not aggressive. It's just the environment that they're in, maybe, in certain professions. So women going in my experience, allows them to express a different side to themselves. So I don't think we should go into a male environment and be male. I don't think they want that. But obviously at the beginning it's kind of difficult when they're not used to us. And again, I would say, if I talk to a lot of men about women's football, they don't take it very seriously. If I play with them and show them women's football, they have a completely different level.
Taking a look at the larger economy, in this case, for example, the chemical and pharmaceutical industry where Ortrud Steinfür works, you are representing employee rights in the larger companies, and in those companies in particular also the rights of female employees, and taking their stand. What is your opinion? Do we need some more foul play? Do we need foul play to make progress in your career? Is that the way it works in the large enterprises? Catalina just gave us some examples about the lawyer system in Spain, where it's very difficult that anyone leaves you the ball. How do you get the ball in a big company?
Well, I think my personal opinion is that women are not good at playing foul. It's my subjective opinion. I stick to this, and but I think it's visible, especially in the chemical and pharmaceutical industry, because it's very hard for women to really get the leadership positions. There was much progress in the last 10 or 15 years, but you can see it. Where are the women in the boards of the big enterprises? There aren't any. So, well, I don't know. I don't think so that women would be more successful if they play foul. But I think it's more a thing of culture, a thing of being convinced that diverse teams with women, with different nations and so on, they are successful. There are studies published that really demonstrate this, but my opinion is it takes time, and I don't think so that women can promote this by playing foul.
And what about the men? And I'm the only one here on stage, so I have to watch out. But do the women think that the men are playing foul in reverse? Is that a perception of female employees in large enterprises, that just because of the fact that they don't get to the positions where we would like to see them more, that this is perhaps also due to the more elbow mentality of some men?
It's a fact that men are yes, better in networking, and women have to learn this. And I think the sportive idea is what we should get and take from soccer and transform it into the professional life.
I totally disagree that women, we have to learn how men do. It's exactly what Pemi is saying. Women, when we play football, we play women football. I never play football. Well, I play with my brother a little bit, but that's all. But I play basketball, and I know the basketball is different. Women, we play different. And in the business, we should do the same. Why we have to imitate the men and do like the men do to climb to the position? And that's what I was trying to say before. That many women, and especially in my profession, when they when they want to make to climb the mountain, they just imitate men's manners, men's for playing, and that is not correct. Meaning, I don't think that is the right way, because why we women we have to imitate men and always go around in business in dark suit, for instance? I am still a woman. I'm going to work, but I'm not a woman only in some hours of my day. And working in my career, I want to be a woman as well. And I do it in my way, on my way, as the song say.
So what you're calling for is women should be authentic and make their contribution as what they can do as women. And this matches very well what you said earlier. The softening factor in the male team could be a woman, and she would not be a softening factor. She would not be able to make that contribution to the team if she would just play the same way as the men do. So you're in this way saying the same thing. Women and men, if we have to decide that, they are not. There's nobody who's playing a better foul or a worse foul. I mean, this would actually also claim that there is something like a good foul, and there is no good foul. So that's the first thing to say. But they play foul if they do in a different way. Women perhaps in a way that the men and the others will remember it for a longer time than the short-term way when the men are doing it. But again, the most important message that I take from this round is women need to be authentic and to stick together and to learn more perhaps from team sports how to stick together in order to be authentic and to make their contribution in leadership positions in companies. Thank you very much to the three of you. I survived that round being the only male on the stage and nobody played foul. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next round. Thank you.